welcome back to the Tea and a Butty podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be talking about Glasgow. This is our travel and / culture episode week.
Yeah.
And it coincides, we were going to talk about...
A little bit of news thrown in there.
A little bit of news thrown in there.
Yeah.
There was a fire this weekend by Glasgow Central train station. A building that is like Victorian era, grade B listed building.
I'll have to go back and listen to our podcast where we talk about all the
Actually, I don't think we covered Scottish. Maybe we did. I don't know. You can let us know. I think
they're
we
not
did.
graded the same?
Yeah, it's a slightly different rules for grading and stuff like that. I mean, I've got them here, and I'll list them all in a minute. But yeah, there was a fire. Started in a vape shop, apparently, and the flames spread through a B-listed Victorian building neighbouring Scotland's busiest station, Glasgow Central, at about 3:45 on Sunday. And an eyewitness has told the BBC that he tried to tackle the fire, and he said, "I ran into the shop and I saw a small fire under the counter." And the man said there was an adapter charging system full of chargers, and that's where the fire was. It was
God.
Yeah. And because people were like, "Oh, it was just a vape shop." You know, it was just like a small fire, and people told us, "Okay, yeah, we've evacuated, but we've got it contained." You know, we thought it was contained.
Yeah.
When early reports said.
Mm.
But people were like, "Oh, it was the lithium batteries and those things."
An adapter
they went up.
charging station?
You know,
Like
I don't.
adapters?
Phone chargers and stuff like that. I
yeah.
think what happens in some of these vape shops, they sell vapes which have little lithium batteries in them to power them. They also sell all the oils and vape liquids and stuff like that go with them. But I think some of them, because they pop up all over the place. I'm not really sure. They must do here as well.
Vape shops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They pop up in Britain quite frequently. You know, they're just started by whoever.
Yeah.
And they sell vape, and it's just it's a pop-up shop, and it'll be gone within 2 years or something, or even a year.
Yeah.
I don't think this place was there even a year, actually. And they offer services you can charge your phone there, I guess, for a fee and stuff.
Okay.
I think. That's what I think, anyway, this place was doing.
So you're just making that up, basically.
No. There's no, I think that's... I mean, I've seen that service.
Yeah.
Advertised in ones in Wales and stuff like that, so I'm assuming they all kind of do it. You know, they all go, "Okay, you need to charge your phone."
Why would you charge your phone up, on the go? I don't know.
Well, you know, because people use their phones in the
Tourists,
battery. Tourists, yeah, and all that. So they have all this, power banks to charge. And so, you know, all that's just going to freaking go up.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what?
It's a recipe for a fire, you know?
You know what? I just learned on TikTok.
What did you just learn on TikTok, Erica?
That apparently those power bars...
Oh, yeah, they're no good after, 5 years. Yeah.
They have an expiration date on them,
This
apparently.
one, I'm probably going to have to get rid of soon. Because it's...
All of ours are... We have some actual
that's
ancient
about
ones.
200 years old, that one, by your bed.
We have some by my bed.
Yeah, because we sleep separately like we're in the 1800s. Which is since, actually, that building was built.
We have some actual ancient ones, yeah. And I just saw that apparently they have expiration dates and, you're not supposed to use them after 5 years or something like
because
that.
they go off, you know.
I don't.
Well, I mean, they don't protect. I mean, maybe
I
it's just a case
that.
of them saying, "Oh yeah, you got to replace them because they just get old."
It's so wasteful. It seems like. It's
I mean, everything kind of falls apart at the end of the day. You know, people think, you know, we're talking about cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Not being the same. I mean, yeah, they built them to kind of fall apart after 4 or 5 years.
Yes, shouldn't be legal.
Whereas people go, "Oh, my grandfather had his 57 Chevy until the 80s. I mean, and it was chrome, and it lasted until then. It was brand spanking new,
You can keep your car still, but you just have to keep You have to replace.
You have to keep working on it.
Eventually, you'll have. It'll be a brand new car because you'll have to replace literally everything.
Everything is computer. You know, that's it. It's a computer. You know, everything's computer now.
God, yes. If you get that reference,
yes, it's all computer. But yes, anyway, he said there was an adapter charging system full of chargers, and that's where the fire was. It was under the counter, just like a small fire.
Yeah.
He dashed next door to the Subway sandwich shop to get help, and he came back with a fire extinguisher and tried to fight the fire, but 2 explosions in the vape shop meant that he had to turn around and shout at the passers-by to get back. And he thought that it was the second explosion that spread the fire to other parts of the building, this guy did, but, I mean, we'll find out when the fire brigade...
Well,
the fire brigade will...
Dominic's on it, guys, don't worry.
No, we'll find out when the fire brigade have done their,
Well, no, I'm sure you're right. It's like it's full of lithium batteries.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah.
Because did you see that? Because someone got it as it was before the fire brigade even turned up.
Yeah, it was just smoke.
It was just like a load of smoke, and, you know, you heard this boom, boom, and then all this smoke comes out, and then, and everyone's like, you know, and she's like, oh, what's going on? And he's like, get back, everyone get back. Because another guy turned up with a fire extinguisher, but it was like, yeah, you're not putting that out.
Yeah.
And it ripped through the whole building. And, you know, the business owners, there was...
At least nobody...
We walked past...
Nobody was hurt, though, right?
No casualties reported, thankfully.
So, I mean, that's something at least.
That's something at least.
But it's such a shame. I mean, you know, sometimes there's like... there's no preventing it, but it is a shame anytime an old building like that is destroyed.
Yeah, it was built in 1851. It dates back to... It's at the building was known as Union Corner, and it was at the junction of Union Street and Gordon Street in Glasgow. And dates back to 1851, so it predates Glasgow Central Station by about 20 years, almost. Well, almost 30 years, actually. Opened in 1879, the station did.
Yeah.
So that building was there before that, you know?
Yeah.
And people are all going, oh, it survived 2 world wars, and, you know, the Victorian era and everything else. And what takes it down? Exploding lithium batteries in a vape shop.
Yeah, it is a bit.
And it's like, yeah, but I mean, and there's a lot of people going, oh, well, it was an eyesore anyway.
What?
Because it's just like... I know, these people they just don't like anything.
Well, no...
You see them all over the, like, community groups, and everyone in the world will know what I'm talking about when they go on their local Facebook community group or whatever, and someone goes, well, they've ruined town.
The thing about Glasgow, which we've talked about when we've talked about Glasgow when we actually traveled there a couple years ago, is that a lot of it was bombed during World War II. And
the Clydebank Blitz. Someone says, oh, it survived the Clydebank Blitz, but everyone was like, yeah, because Glasgow city centre's 10 miles from Clydebank. That's how it survived the Clydebank Blitz.
But a lot of...
Because that's where the shipping and everything was, you know, that's where the Luftwaffe would have been targeting, you know.
Yeah, but then what's the explanation for why there's so many new buildings in Glasgow? I just
Well, yeah, no, they would have dropped bombs in the city centre as well, you know, but it would have just been like to you know, just extra damage, you know, for them, you know.
Yeah.
They would have dropped their payload at the docks.
Because the thing about Glasgow as opposed to Edinburgh and a lot of places around Britain is that there's a lot more, in my opinion anyway, just solely based on what we saw for like the 5 minutes that we were there.
Yeah, we weren't there. We need to go back,
Which makes me an expert, obviously.
We need to go back. Because we passed that. Because I remember there was a coffee shop in that building called Sexy Coffee.
Yeah.
And then there was like the Blue Lagoon fish and chip shop, completely and utterly destroyed.
I mean,
and they were shot.
Of any of this.
Because when we were walking up to the bus station to get the bus up to the Highlands, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was like, oh yeah, you know, that's a great name for a coffee shop or something. I said. Yeah, I didn't take any photos. I don't know why. I guess we were just... Because Tim Hortons is down the street.
Yeah.
It's just down on the other end of the corner.
Yeah.
That's where we went to have breakfast.
Mm.
So it's on, you know, the other end of the corner of that thing.
Yeah, the city centre is quite old and interesting looking, but there are a lot of new modern glass skyscraper type buildings in Glasgow, which are the types of buildings that you can see anywhere and everywhere and not unique whatsoever to Scotland. So, you know, those kind of buildings just don't do it for me. And where, as opposed to this building that was destroyed,
because it had a dome and everything.
That's the kind of building that's like classically Scottish or British or European, you know. It's like the kind of thing you don't see around the rest of the world. So
it's just so sad because, you know, it's like, oh, you know, the business owners, the guy that owns the coffee shop and the chip shop, he wants all the business owners on that block to stick together and, you know, get them to rebuild, you know.
Yeah.
Because
the facade of it, it looked like it was still there.
It's probably going to be flattened because it collapsed. Everything collapsed.
Do you remember when we were walking through Glasgow and there was a facade, like an old facade, and then there was like a modern building right behind it, but they left
the facade was the only thing that could survive it. That might have been because of a bomb dropped in it, and that survived or whatever. Kind of like the
I don't remember if there was any
the church in Liverpool
or anything around. I mean, if there was, we didn't read it, I don't think, but yeah, it was. Although part of this collapsed, didn't it? Or was it the next door or something?
No, that part of the building collapsed where the vape shop was.
Yeah.
And then the dome and stuff collapsed in, and the whole thing went pretty much collapsed in on itself, and there's only like a little bit of it left now, and then all the business owners are like, yeah, it's likely going to be flattened and, you know, cleared away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll just, you know, he says it was a shock and anxious wait this morning to see the total extent of the damage, but as people will see, the building's almost completely destroyed, and I suspect it will get flattened. And, yeah, I mean, there's just, you know, it's very sad that that's going to happen, really. Because, I mean, people are like, oh, well, they can just rebuild it in that style, and then everyone's arguing, going, no, I don't think they know how to do that anymore. They don't want to bother with that because it's not cheap.
That. God, yeah.
But then there's people going, oh, well, it was kind of done on the cheap back then.
Because where is it? Is it in Germany?
Germany?
It's Poland. It's Poland, isn't it? I mean, obviously they were quite flattened during World War II, and they rebuilt everything in the traditional style, like it was. They didn't build. So you can go there, and it looks like, oh wow, you know, it's all old, but it's not old. They just built it to look old, which kind of like, it sort of brings up a discussion of like,
do we do that? You know, because it's kind of like in Conway Castle.
You've lost the historical value.
Well,
like, this is a reproduction.
This is a reproduction now.
You're basically like in Disneyland at this point.
I don't think they'll rebuild it in the same style as it was in.
I don't.
No, it'll be a glass building that's there before too long. Because it used to be quite nice looking because it had the Grand Central. Glasgow Central Station right there, and it had like a billboard, you know, which changed over the years. It used to have neon, and then they just changed it to just, you know, wood and paper.
Yeah.
And it was like, had iron brew, and it had...
They changed it from neon to wood and paper.
Yeah, because, you know, it costs too much money to have neon signs. Remember, because they had that up in London and stuff like that, you know, in like Piccadilly Circus and stuff. And Times Square. And now it's all like kind of like LCD screens or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, if they, you know, there was a lot more neon kind of like lighted signs back in the day everywhere.
I guess, yeah.
With like signage. And it was, you know, now then it was like, oh, well, that's, you know, it's costing too much money because we'll have to plug that in somewhere.
They should be able to remake them with LED. I mean, not that I think having lights everywhere is necessary, but...
Yeah, no.
But yeah, no, the thing about the glass buildings is I think the younger generations prefer it. I don't think they're not
it lets a lot of light in. It's like that's about its only redeeming feature.
They're not that bothered about the old, like,
the domes and the little gargoyles.
To look modern, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sterile. It looks a bit sterile and clinical. It looks like...
Yeah.
You know, because
it looks like, as I said, anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
You could be anywhere in the world.
Excuse me, I've got a throat. I've got a throat today. Well, I've got, like...
Unlike everyone else, Dominic has a throat.
I have a throat today, so, you know, I sound a little bit weird, and I'm constantly... you know, so... Yeah. Apologies for that. It's the allergy season. It's coming. It's coming for us. Spring has sprung. Well, spring is springing. Almost.
Well, we had no winter, so...
No winter at all. There is no winter for Texas.
Slightly fall-ish to spring-ish.
Yeah.
With 1 week of cold weather.
I think they finished with... they've abolished winter in Texas now, haven't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that kind of thing with the glass buildings and everything like that. I mean, I find that terrible too. I think there's a lot of like there was like the Senedd building in Cardiff. I thought it looks unfinished to me. I was like, it looks unfinished.
It's just
it looks like they haven't finished it, you know.
It looks like somebody's idea of artsy fartsy, like modern coolness, and it just looks like a travesty.
And it was an absolute travesty. How dare they? In Edinburgh, the Scottish government buildings, you said they look absolutely terrible too, you know, compared to all the other old buildings that are there, like the castle and everything, you know.
Yeah, I don't...
Yeah, I remember you did it. We did it you did a video, yeah, and you were like, "Oh, this looks terrible."
That was their government building, wasn't it? That was their what do they call it? Parliament?
Parliament, yeah.
That was their Parliament building down
the
by
Scottish Parliament, yeah.
Someone's castle.
Someone's castle. Oh, what was her name? She Queen Mary?
Something.
She had a bath.
Yeah.
We went to a bath, and
you have a throat, and she had a bath.
Yes, I have a throat, and she had a bath.
Yeah, no.
I think it was Queen Mary's bath.
It's subjective, isn't it? I mean, I don't like those modern kind of buildings. Just the end. But a lot of people do. You know what? I was thinking the other day.
I guess it's cheap.
This has become a topic about glass buildings. Okay, this is what this podcast is about. Actually,
glass buildings in Glasgow.
We were talking about Glasgow, and now we're just talking about glass. No, we're just ranting about glass buildings. But it's been a while since we've been to New York City. Yeah. And have you seen the skyline?
No,
I think it's just all glass now. It's just glass.
It's all George Glass now. That's what I said about this latest iPhone update.
You love referring to George Glass. You're the world's biggest Brady Bunch fan.
Yes,
as far as anyone's concerned.
Sure, Jan.
But yeah, it's just all glass, and actually, so is downtown here. When we went,
well, the Chrysler, well, not the Chrysler building. The Frost Bank building.
Oh, I went downtown.
That's all glass.
Well, that's all glass. Jesus, that's ancient compared to the.
Oh, maybe it should be listed.
And stuff now downtown, but no, I went down there to pick up something from the Buy Nothing group the other night.
Buy Nothing or Too Good to Go,
and it's just like you don't even recognize the Austin skyline anymore because it's just all glass.
Like, where do I live now?
Yeah. I mean, if I saw it on television, I would not know what city it was. It could be any city. You know, it could be Glasgow for all I know. It's just
we didn't get to explore Glasgow. We'll have to go back to Glasgow.
No, we didn't.
And I think, yeah.
And when I was trying to admire nice old buildings there, I was being shamed. I was being publicly shamed from a window, from some girls in a window.
Oh, you were admiring the church and taking a photo of the church, or you were saying something about it.
It was under construction, but it was like a very old church, and it looked cool. And I was going to take a picture. I was taking a picture.
We got to scour the internet for that video.
I wish I had turned around.
Because you know she posted it.
I wish I had turned around and pointed the camera at them so that I could upload it and go, "Who are these?
Who are you?
Who are these?
How dare you write
witches?
Absolute witches, son of a witch."
trying to shame me for being a tourist. Like, no, they got embarrassed when I noticed.
Well,
them.
yeah, no, because I totally didn't notice them, and I walked on. I don't think
they had.
And you were just like, "There's two women up there," and I was like, "What women?" And I looked up, and I think one of them was kind of like peeking out still, and I was like, "Oh, they're laughing at you for taking a photo of the church."
Yeah, and they were gonna film me. They were gonna film me.
They might have already been filming.
No, they didn't. Because they were like, oh, what's up there? You know, they were like, oh, and they kind of went back, and somebody was like, oh, and one was
they were
like,
in like a solicitor's office or something.
They were in some kind of office.
Yeah, and it was up on the second floor.
And it's weird because it must have only been like one of those situations where you feel somebody's looking at you, because I don't know what made me turn around and look up there, because that was behind me. That was like over my shoulder, you know. And I just so happened to like turn around and looked right at them, and they were just like, oh, you know,
they didn't
scrambling.
You said one of them kind of went the other.
Yeah, one of them did. Like there was one girl there that had obviously called the other girls, and she was. Yeah. They were gonna like film me and probably go, oh, look at this tourist,
Oh, they thought you were an influencer, one of those cotton picking influencers.
No, because I wasn't filming myself. I was just like being tourist. I was just.
You were just but they might have thought you were going, hi, you know, talking to the camera. You're set, you know, looking at yourself in there.
But whatever, she had obviously.
Oh, they were just like, what is she filming? Oh, that old church, and it's like, yeah. And it's like, they don't.
Yeah, they were making fun because the church was like. It was like crumbling, you know.
It was crumbling under construction.
But it's like, it doesn't matter. We don't have things that are so old, they're freaking crumbling.
And then you turned around and you were like, I see you.
I should have pointed at them. I should have gone like this, you know, like, you know, okay, I'm...
Doing the two fingers to the eyes.
Yeah,
and,
doing like, I see you, I'm watching you.
Yeah, no, I looked up and one of them was still there, like, you know, kind of looking down, like, laughing, and it's just like, and I was like, oh,
you looked up just after I did, because I was like, those freaking girls are trying to like,
how dare they? Yeah, that was the first time that's happened, anyway. Yeah,
but yeah, so we didn't get to see much of Glasgow.
We were only there for like
people making fun of us the whole time.
We were only there a day, and we saw more of the bus station than we did.
Yeah,
we stayed in Charing.
We
stayed in a safe stay in Charing Cross. Charing Cross safe stay, which Charing Cross is like another area of Glasgow similar to London's Charing Cross.
We stayed in an actual prison cell.
And it looked like a prison cell because you could only kind of like look out like that, and then you could see there was bars in the window as well, wasn't there?
No, there wasn't. I just stand on the bed though to look out the window because it was just like it was way up at the top, as if we were on in a basement room or something.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure we went up the stairs.
We were on like the first floor or something.
Yeah. So I don't know what that was about.
But you looked out onto the stunning, beautiful, gaping hole of like something that's going to be constructed there.
Yeah.
Which is probably how that Union Corner's going to look for a long time. They're just going to clear all the rubble away.
But wait a minute.
And then it's going to be there.
So
it's just going to be like, oh, building site, keep out, you know.
So that vape
shop
and stuff, it was attached to the station. Like, you could access the shop from inside the
I don't
station?
think you could. No.
Okay, because I was like, that's going to interrupt, surely, like, the flow of the station.
They've closed the station anyway because it was such a huge fire, you know, and it was right next door, so they were like, oh, yeah, we need to do safety inspections and everything, you know, to make sure.
Well, they would have closed it when it was going on, just in case it spread to the station, I guess.
Yeah.
Which, oh my god, nightmare.
That would have been... Because that's Scotland's busiest station.
Well, and Scotland is quite known for apparently being really good with their trains as well.
Yeah.
Like, they're on time. There's no, like...
Not like Transport for Wales.
There's no...
there's no
like, replacement buses or anything. Like... remember
England and Wales are terrible for that.
We saw a news report.
They were putting more money into it.
When we were in Britain, and they were like, oh yeah, it's pretty, you know, they show up like clockwork.
They were planning to nationalise the rail again, I think, because Wales had done it, but it was like, Wales is terrible. And they were we're going to put more in here, and we're going to do all that. And, you know, me and Michael laughing, sitting there going, yeah, don't tell Transport for Wales that.
Yeah.
But Transport for Wales only cares about a certain area of Wales in the north that has a football team that's doing very well right now. And also it goes to Liverpool or Chester.
Because the government of Wales cares about, I guess.
All the government of Wales are like, oh yeah, that's where they make all their money. Yeah. Everyone coming up there and doing that little route.
I mean, they already have a lot of tourism, I guess, in that area of Wales because of...
Wrexham, yeah. That's what I'm saying, the Wrexham.
No. Because of the...
Conwy.
The park. What is it? The national park.
Snowdonia,
yeah.
Yeah, but they don't care about Snowdonia. All they care about is you getting to Wrexham to maybe see Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney.
Apparently it's quite easy.
Or Rob Mack, as he's now known. And the Wrexham, the whole place where it's filmed. And then back to Chester, which is actually in England.
Yeah.
It's across the border.
Yeah.
You have to go through that force field, that invisible force field to get to England, you know. But yeah, that's all they care about. And you know, it's like the Heart of Wales line is completely, we only go as far as Landrindod Wells and then we go back. It's like, just go all the way down south.
Yeah.
Go all the way down. You're on your own now, stranded in the middle of Wales. I think we've told this story.
Yes, a couple times.
But I'm going to tell it now because Transport for Wales, you failed us. You failed two of the biggest influences on the planet right there. Yeah. We're coming for you. Your time is for you. We're going to take over the rail. And we're going to build more track.
Oh my god.
It's going to look like a signalman's hobby attic up there. But yes.
No.
That was a TikToker I saw, and yeah, I've put it up on. He was having a stressful time with his model trains because he used to.
I don't know what you guys must think when you look at our Instagram with some of the stuff that he puts on our stories.
I have personally curated that Instagram. And I don't have a personal one, so I can't put all this stuff on there. And she's like, get a personal one, put it on there. And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Actually, it's a really good insight into the inside of Dominic's head. With all these videos and all these
I thought you were going to tell the Here Comes Head story again.
They don't want to know.
We'll say, ask us about the Here Comes Head. Comment if you want to know about the Here Comes Head
Maybe we'll
story.
put it on our Patreon.
Yeah. Here Comes Head.
God. There's no story. It was a dream.
It was just a dream. This is all a dream.
Anyway.
Life is but a dream. But anyway, the listed building, which we got so off topic, I forgot to talk about.
Right. Yeah. Educate us on what B listing means.
Yeah, because there's 3 categories of, criteria. So a B listing, because in England and Wales, I think it's grades. They got grade 1 and grade 2 and grade, and maybe, I don't know if it's a grade 3.
As I said, I don't remember. I have to go back and
grade
listen to
Grade 2 is kind of like, it's
this.
slightly, it's still listed, but, I think grade 1 is like,
still listed,
absolutely. But... even if this place was bombed, we'd have to rebuild it exactly as it was, and maybe even invent a time machine to go back and do it. But yeah, there's 3 categories. Category A in Scotland: buildings of special architectural or historic interest, which are outstanding examples of a particular period, style, or building type.
Okay.
So, I can't think of examples right now, but Category B is buildings of special architectural or historic interest, which are major examples of a particular period, style, or building type. So that would have been example of Victorian, like Glasgow Central Station is a B-listed thing, so Victorian architecture.
With that dome top.
It's a major example. It's not an outstanding one, but it's a major one.
Yeah.
Category C is buildings of a special architectural or historic interest, which are representative examples of a period, style, or building type.
Okay.
So, it's just like, it looks like it looks like it's old.
Yeah.
Looks like it's really old.
So I'm wondering, is most of Edinburgh protected then? I
imagine so.
Yeah.
From the cobbled streets to the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of the Royal Mile is that.
Why wasn't it bombed during the war?
The shipping.
It was the capital.
Yeah, but I don't know if it actually was. Actually, I'd have to look that up. I mean, I'm sure it was. You know.
Yeah.
But maybe they were able to mount like flat guns or something on the castle. So like, you know.
Yeah, shoot the planes out. Yeah, I mean,
or just completely defend it well. You know that them coming over there is not worth their time.
Yeah, I think they did actually. Did they? Or am I just making that up now?
I don't know. We'd have to go look it up.
I don't know. You said that, and now it sounded. I mean, we didn't go up to the castle. Well, we went up, but we didn't.
We didn't go into the
castle.
castle. Yeah, we went up to the little courtyard area.
But still, we've seen YouTubers and stuff go.
Oh, we didn't even go in the courtyard.
Oh yeah.
No, we didn't go in the courtyard area because they were setting it up for like some concert or something.
Yeah.
That was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all closed off, and everything was, everyone was there going, "Oh, I've got to go in and see." Oh yeah, like that woman was like, "Did you get the tickets? They're on my phone." It's like, I didn't. I know it's not working. It's not working. I tried to show the guy, and he was. People were freaking out. But yes.
But yeah, maybe that's another topic actually, because it's quite interesting to learn and to talk about
history.
History, yes, but no,
historical values.
How the buildings are graded and which ones are different grades and how they're protected over there. Because I mean, as we talked about in our like English heritage, that was the podcast?
Yeah.
As we talked about
the
in
listed
that podcast,
buildings
we don't really have that.
What
over
is a
here.
listed building?
Although,
I think it was called.
Actually, now that I say that, I did just read the other day that apparently they are protecting, talking again about the Brady Bunch. We've come full circle in this podcast. They are protecting the Brady Bunch house. It's going to be
grade 1 listed.
So, I mean, whatever
there is like an American Heritage Association that does that. They put up a plaque and they say this building is of important historical value.
Yeah, I just read that. So they're not gonna protect
the Brady
Bunch house.
They just filmed
costs.
the outside of it, though, didn't they?
They only filmed the outside of it, but somebody bought it several years ago
and turned it into like how it looked on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they completely renovated it. It might have been something for like HGTV or something.
Oh yeah. Property Brothers.
They did that, yeah. And then like Barry
White?
No. I was gonna say Barry Watson, but isn't that the guy from that show Seventh Heaven?
What?
What's his name? Barry something.
I have no idea.
From the Brady Bunch.
Barry.
Greg Brady. His name is Barry.
You're looking at me like
you're the number one Brady Bunch fan. Anyway,
I fear I may have got into that club on false pretenses.
Anyway, Greg Brady, and like he was like the first one to see it when they finished, and he took his granddaughter or something around, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, this was our bedroom." And and this was the girl's bedroom, and she was all like, "Oh, I'll take this bed," Because
most of them still alive now.
The kids. I guess.
Because I know the parents are gone.
Yeah. I guess the kids are all still mostly alive.
And they had a nanny as well, didn't they, or a cook?
Yeah, Alice. These are all things you should know, being the number one fan. But anyway,
I told you I got into that club on false pretenses.
We brought it full circle. We need to now wind back up on Glasgow so we can wrap this up, because the Brady Bunch house is about as far away from Glasgow as we can possibly get.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Glasgow, yeah. We need to go back. No, we need to go back to Glasgow.
So Glasgow.
Yeah. Glasgow. No, we need to go back to Glasgow.
I mean, I guess the
Gorbals are lovely.
Glasgow, but
we've got to see Cumbernauld, where I was going to say Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly is from Glasgow. I think he was he was on Sauchiehall Street or something. But Craig Ferguson is from Cumbernauld.
My favorite
and he's you're in the number one Craig Ferguson fan.
My favorite thing about Glasgow was the fact that Tim Hortons was so cheap.
Tim Hortons, that famous Glasgow company. Oh, yes, love Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons was such a cheap breakfast. And guess what? It wasn't cheap enough for that one guy who came in.
The Tim Hortons over here isn't as good as that Tim Hortons in Glasgow. I don't know why. It just hit different when we were in Glasgow.
It's different, yeah. No, do you remember that guy that came in and said, "What? They're charging a $5 for that?"
Taking the piss with these prices.
Taking a piss with these prices. I'm out of here. I was like, how much is he paying then?
Yeah.
He must be.
It was like a whole meal for
he was
like
living
$3.99.
He was living in the 1970s or something
when
everything was 50 pence.
It was literally like a whole breakfast meal, including the coffee, for $3.99.
For both of us.
No, each.
Somebody should have told that guy that.
I'm sure we ate for like £7. So whatever that was.
Yeah, it was about £7.
Yeah,
no, we did a video on it. It's on TikTok, I think. So
maybe it was about
go look at our TikTok.
It must have been about $3.50 because I think it was about £7
before
we got the Timbits.
Just like thought, well, we could have them on the journey up there, but no,
we'd literally just eaten.
Yeah, and it was how long to Inverness?
I don't know. We did eat them on the way.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We ate them in Inverness, and then we ate them for breakfast, I think. And you were like, "Oh, these kind of suck."
We ate them for like a dessert.
It was like a dessert. We'll agree to disagree. See, this is what more married couples should do. They should come on their podcast, have arguments about the most mundane things. No, you don't remember that. This is what people should do. You should come on, because people will be listening and going, yeah, and then it's like, okay, yeah, vote A if you side with Dominic, B if you side with Erica on this issue.
They'll be creating threads on
Reddit.
Yeah, threads on Reddit, like, oh, did you hear that fight they had? Yeah. I think they're on their way out.
They're on their way out. That's it. I can see him packing his bags now. Well, yeah, that's it.
Oh, my God.
Back to Glasgow for you. There you go, I said Glasgow. Back to my ancestral home of Scotland. Don't look at me like that.
I don't know. What?
You wanted to bring it all back to Glasgow as we ended this, and I just did that.
Glasgow.
Yeah.
The end.
I never lived in Glasgow. I went through it a lot, though, because we lived on the Isle of Arran.
You're just lying now.
No, I'm not. I'm telling the truth here. This is the honest
You just said your ancestral home. That was a lie.
Scotland is my ancestral home. That's what I said. I said Scotland. Yes, I did.
You said Glasgow, my ancestral home.
My ancestral home of Scotland.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support as always. Be sure to give us a follow on social media. If you don't follow us already, we are at Tbutty, TEABUTTY across all socials. Shout out to our patrons for their continued support. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to everybody.
We usually reserve our arguments for patron.
We'll talk to everybody next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.